Have you ever noticed how some places look like they came straight out of a dream, but in reality, living there could be more of a nightmare? It's like every postcard hides a little secret nobody tells you until you decide to stay longer than a week. Why is it that some tourist destinations are so perfect for a visit but so challenging for locals? It might sound controversial, but behind those stunning beaches and breathtaking mountains lie problems only the residents know about. And we're not just talking about small annoyances like long lines or clumsy tourists. We're talking about sky-high costs, infrastructure designed for 3-day visitors, and challenges ranging from environmental disasters to unstable jobs. What looks like paradise on Instagram could turn into a real test of patience in everyday life. So, what makes these places so great for a visit but not for living? Stick around because the answer might just change how you pick your next destination. Some places are like those shiny new shoes in the store window. They look amazing from a distance but might hurt once you try walking in them. Tourist destinations offer cinematic landscapes, unforgettable adventures, and that dinner with a view moment straight out of a commercial. But living there? That's a whole different story. Imagine public transportation being a boat, not for fun, but because there are no roads, or having to compete with a swarm of selfie-snapping tourists just to buy some bread. The thing is, many of these places are built to dazzle visitors, not support residents. Take Santorini, Greece, for instance. Visiting feels like stepping into a postcard, but living there means navigating an economy centered around tourists. Parking spots are rare, grocery prices are through the roof, and daily life often feels like you're stuck in an endless tourist trap. It's like hosting a spectacular party, but dealing with a mess after the guests leave. And here's the twist: the daily grind in these places can be, well, exhausting. From the outside, it seems dreamy. Who wouldn't want to live in paradise, they say. But the reality hits hard when peak tourist season brings endless traffic and a cup of coffee costs more than your lunch. And don't even get me started on how the infrastructure is catered exclusively to tourists. Let's dive into that next. If there's one thing that stands out in tourist hotspots, it's how everything is designed for people who don't live there. You'll need an e-bike, a multilingual guide, or an app to find the best sunset angles. No problem, but try looking for a decent hospital or a well-equipped public school. Suddenly, that dream destination starts to feel a little impractical for daily life. The services in these places work like a theater, flawless in front of the curtain, chaotic behind the scenes. Take Las Vegas, for example. To tourists, it's all glamour and glitter, but for locals, entire neighborhoods struggle with underfunded infrastructure because, surprise, the priority is the resorts, not the community. It's like a gorgeous window display that doesn't let you inside the store. And this tourist-first logic can make daily life downright difficult. Take Brazilian beach towns like Búzios. The infrastructure is top-notch during peak season, but once the tourists leave, essential services vanish or run on half power. It's all designed for someone who's here for 3 days, not someone trying to pay bills or raise a family. Living in these places feels like being stuck in a vacation set, minus the good parts of a vacation. You know that moment when you pick up a menu and realize even the water costs as much as diamonds. In many tourist destinations, that's the daily reality for residents. The logic is simple. Prices skyrocket to cater to visitors willing to splurge, making basic necessities unaffordable for locals. It's like shopping at a luxury fair where even rice and beans have a gourmet price tag. And it doesn't stop there. Tourism creates jobs, sure, but many of them are seasonal. A bustling summer can bring opportunities, but when winter rolls around, the same place turns into a ghost town for employment. A classic example, Balneário Camboriú in Brazil. During high season, it's all about events, wealthy tourists, and a booming economy. Off-season? Good luck finding anything beyond freelance gigs or odd jobs. Now imagine trying to build a stable life in such an unpredictable setting. Residents face the double burden of paying inflated prices for everything: rent, food, transport, while dealing with an economy that's anything but steady. It's a financial roller coaster that leaves many residents constantly stressed. And speaking of stress, wait until you hear about the environmental challenges and isolation these places often face. So, after all this, does the idea of living in a tourist hotspot still sound appealing? It's no surprise that many of these places shine for visitors but reveal their true colors to those who stay. What's more important to you, being surrounded by beauty or practicality? That's a question only you can answer. Now think about it. Is it the price of coffee that would scare you off? Or the isolation that would test your patience? Maybe the secret lies in knowing what truly matters to you. And while you're reflecting, tell me, have you ever thought about moving to a place like this? What attracts you or keeps you away? Let's chat about it. Oh, and before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications. That way, you'll keep learning about topics that really matter. See you in the next video.